Alright, we are back in Satisfactory today. I have good news and bad news. The good news is we've progressed quite a bit. We've got the very basic setup going for automation. However, the bad news is that instead of being able to show this in this episode of me doing this process, all of the footage that I have of me setting up and actually getting materials and all that stuff, almost an hour plus worth of footage, ended up being corrupted. So I have none of that, and I'm not going to go back through and redo it. You guys understand how this game works if you've seen it before, and if you don't understand, then you'll get a learning lesson today anyways, because today's plan is going to be optimization. Right now, everything's running at the most inefficient way possible just to start getting materials built up. But the plan today is to... Why am I not getting concrete? I just noticed that. Okay, it's coming. The plan today is that we're going to start laying out foundations, and we are going to start actually building out the facility, and we're going to be starting with iron. We also leveled up, so we upgraded the hub and unlocked the next 2 tiers by doing the final upgrade. So we've got the biomass burners and space elevators so that we can kind of get that stuff going. But our next big milestone here is going to be probably the chainsaw. Well, I don't know, and that's where I'm torn, because I would need biofuel. I guess let's go ahead for right now. Since it would unlock the lookout tower, let's go ahead and let's start that milestone. Let's knock that out real quick. I should have all the resources already. I need 500 cable. We'll take some plates. I don't have any rods, so we'll have to... I'm going to switch the iron over to... I'm going to just steal a bunch of ingots from over here real quick, and we'll make it ourselves. Alright, so we have everything that we need to get this done. Let's go ahead, let's launch the pod so we can get that knocked out.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure. Additionally, the biofuel blueprint will ensure improved fuel consumption of biomass burners.
Alright, so the next step, goodness, that is loud. The next step that we need to work on is going to be biofuel. Let's get a bunch of that made up. I don't want to take any out yet because that's going to be dangerous, so this is all the biomass I have. We'll make that into biofuel, and then we'll trade out and make all the other stuff into... There we go. Try and do it fast enough. That burns a lot more efficiently, so that's a start. We will need some for the chainsaw too, just so we can clear out some trees. Alright, so those have biomass, so those are good to go. Let's check the MAM machine while we have... Oh, flower petals are done. That's the other thing too. We unlocked and started using...
to tell you these colored petals are useful for 2 things: dating and creating color cartridges. Mandatory reminder that you are under 24/7 surveillance.
That's
the
reassuring.
The blueprint is now accessible in Hub Tier 2.
Alright, that's... I don't know why they had to specify that. I guess let's go ahead, let's throw a slug in here and get it going. I think it's a power thing. Oh. I think it's a power thing where you can, I think I've heard that you can overclock, so like we can make it so that the miners produce more with the same amount of power and stuff. Oh, the pod is back. Somewhere. There it is. Slowly but surely. Let's get in cover real quick. Color gun. What does this take? That's not really a priority yet, so we'll wait on that one. So obstacle clearing, chainsaw is the next one. This one's going to be a little more tough because we need reinforced plates. We'll need more rods too, so I'm going to switch iron plates over to rods real quick. Alright, well, in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to get done so that we can make a chainsaw, let's run over and start mapping out kind of where we want to go. So, as far as I know, on a pure node, if this is producing, I think it's like 240 a minute, that it can reliably feed like 4 smelters. So this is only producing 120 per minute. Why that is, I don't know, but you can hear it revving up, and then look at its efficiency. So there's the efficiency part that we were talking, well, you don't know, but it mentioned wow, I just had a stroke. It mentioned an efficiency panel that I can look at. So in my notes, I have the normal, apparently normal, which is supposedly 120. Even though this is supposed to be a pure node. Unless maybe it's not. I guess I can check. No, this is pure. So I thought it was supposed to be 240. Maybe it's just that it's a minor Mark 1. Apparently, it can only feed 2 smelters then? So this is 30 in, so no, that would still be 4, wouldn't it? 30 in per minute, and then 30 out per minute. So it's going to end up being into 4 smelters, and we need to set up a pretty big base for that. Let's go ahead, let's clear this out real quick. Now is when we're going to start using the foundations more to kind of get everything built on a proper spot. I'm going to run through, I'm going to clean up all these leaves and stuff so that we can make more biofuel and start laying foundations, and I'm going to speed that up, so I will see you guys when we get back. Alright, so I'm going to start placing plates like this. I think this is how I'm going to set this factory up, is kind of at an angle like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that you can set a miner above a node and it will still mine through the plates, or through these platforms. So we're going to run back, we're going to grab a couple extra materials so that we can hopefully build another miner just to start fresh and kind of start going through piece by piece. And hopefully we have all the rods and stuff we need to finish and get this milestone done so we can get a chainsaw. And we do have everything for a chainsaw, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to launch the pod real quick. I'm going to grab another miner. Inventory expansion. Plenty of concrete. Let's see, I think I need to use the equipment workshop. What does it take for a chainsaw? Oh man, so we need some more reinforced iron plates. So we'll need more rods. Need cable, a bunch of cable. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make a chainsaw, and we will be back when that's done. Alright, so we've got everything that we need to go ahead and build the chainsaw. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. And I've got biofuel on me, so we should be able to just use it. Let's see if it works. How does this work? Alright, let us do what you're not supposed to do and run with a chainsaw. Let's go cut down some trees, and when I am done clearing trees, we will be back. Alright, so we've got a pretty good area cleared out now that we can start building on. We're going to start heading that way with it, I think. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the miner, it's going to come out this way and then into the smelters in that direction. So I'm going to go ahead and let's place down some more foundations and get this place ready to go. Alright, so we've got more foundations now, so we've got plenty of room to start building. In the meantime, I'm picking up as much leaves and wood and stuff as I can. What is this? Mycelia? Silica. Oh, used in aluminum. Alright. So I'm assuming glass too eventually. Which would kind of suck, but I understand that. So we should start by, building a miner here. there a node anywhere here that it works on? Okay, so apparently we do have to place it on a resource node. And the node is right here. I wonder if I can place it so that it faces, like it's not completely... Oh, it's that I can't afford it. Okay. Well, so let's get the materials we need real quick first. Alright, we are back, and so I've put 2 foundations back down. Will it allow me now? Nope, so it does appear that it has to be at least... Okay. Well, can I now build the... I guess the true test is going to be to see if it actually works. So, let's get everything going here with conveyor belts. So the way this is going to work is it's going to come out and it's going to get split twice. So immediately into one. So we want the input there. So just like that. And then we need to connect these up. And then this will come out just like this into another splitter. So we want outside there. Which will then split into 2 sections, so we'll build one at a time here. So we'll have one that comes out just like this, so we'll set these ones in the middle here. Hopefully this will work. I don't mind spreading out a little bit because I'll just build multiple floors and stuff as I go. I think that'll end up being enough room because it gives us space to expand. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more foundations here just to fill in a little bit. Just looking at my thing here. We actually really don't need to do it that big yet, so I'm going to actually restart this. Trying to think how I really want to do this because I'm gonna have basically let's keep it compact. How's that? So we'll end up having 4 smelters that will then split off. I think should be 4, yeah. We'll have to see because if it doesn't run 4, I can just take off 2 conveyor belts and have it run that instead. So let's run a smelter here down all of these. We'll keep them kind of close together to an extent. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put them literally right next to each other. See if that works. Okay, so there does have to be some space. So we'll end up having 1 splitter here. we'll want this kind of in the middle. So it should look like this. Just to keep everything separated into the different lines. Is that too close? It might be. Yeah, it appears to be. So I just gotta spread these out. So what I'll do is I'll line the outside ones up with the outside. So like that. Because then it'll be that and that and this into there. We're gonna need a lot more power to run all of this though, that's for sure. So the way this works then is, if I can get up here, my goodness. Is there a ladder on the side? No, I have to actually genuinely jump. So you've got the raw materials coming out, being split this way into 2 smelters and this way into 2. So it'll come out 120 per minute. 60 goes off here, so 30 and 30. 60 goes off here, 30 and 30. And all of these intake 30 a minute. And will output 30 a minute. So that's maximum efficiency here. So the next step is going to be constructors, because you'll have ingots coming out. So in total, I'll end up needing 5. You need 2 for plates, 2 for rods, and then 1 to take rods into screws. So we'll start placing these out here. Hopefully I have enough for them. Oh, damn. Those take a lot of reinforced iron plates, so I guess we need to go ahead and start getting that stuff going. Alright, I think we've got everything we need. Oop, I don't need my chainsaw yet. Starting to look like a factory, starting to come together. I should have probably checked on my biofuel while I was there, which I didn't, but that's okay. So we'll end up having 5 constructors right off the bat, which are going to be going this way, I think. So we'll have 1 straight out of the gate here. And another one right next to it, and both of these will be plates. So they'll be running straight into here. Now, what does the basic conveyor belt actually transport? I forgot. Only up to 60, so that's okay because these are producing 30. These only produce 15 per minute from 30 per minute. So that's okay. So those will both be plates. And then I'm going to set up the other two constructors like this. I don't know if I can do that other one. So actually, what we'll do is instead, they can only be at some straight angle here, so I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll put these here too. As much as I want to minimize the amount of space for conveyors. But what we can do, since that conveyor is going to be screws, is we can actually place the first constructor. Well, let's see here. So that'll be making rods, so 15 per minute. Oh, but it only needs 15 in per minute. So this is where we're going to start running into not running at full efficiency. It only requires 15 per minute, so I could run both of these off of one smelter. So in theory, put that like that. Instead of it being like this, there would be another splitter here to split it from 30 down to 15 each. Now eventually I'm going to get to the point where I just need to start getting stuff running because I need to be making materials, so I might not spend too much time trying to be as efficient as I can. But I like to at least start. So that'll be one. So then what would I use this other one for? Because, I mean, I already have... I mean, I could do two lines of screws, I guess, if I really wanted to. Which, if I did that, I'll put the two constructors here. Well, those will be both rods, so then I can do 2 conveyors of screws here then. So I'll need more reinforced plates because I'm low already. So let's go grab that. Alright, so we've got 21 reinforced plates now. That's more than enough to finish the constructors that we need, hopefully. Hopefully we can start getting this unit powered up. Don't know if I'm going to power it off of those 2 biomass burners. I might make a separate power station temporarily until we get coal. So what I'll want to do here is one constructor like this. And then one right next to it. And then we can do a splitter on this one. Well, yeah, we'll do the splitter here. Do we have a lookout tower yet? We should. How much does this cost? Oh, not much. Let's go ahead and let's make this real quick, just so that we can get a bird's eye view of everything being built. So from up here you can kind of see how everything's flowing together pretty nicely. So we'll have 2 for plates over there, 1 for rods, 1 for screws. So we'll have plenty of screws, plenty of rods, plenty of that stuff. I should probably see how many screws per minute that makes, though. God, almost fell down. The 90 per minute. So there's going to be a limitation when it comes to the conveyor belts, because the conveyors that we have right now are only 60. So we are here currently. I'm running power to everything. Everything's not ready to go yet, but I just want to make sure I get everything hooked up. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. It'll be perfect. So we'll put another pole over here, which I can hook. So this needs to go into here. And we'll need a power going out this way. So I can then hook up 2 more things to this one. And then I think everything else is going to be, well, so we'll put a power pole here. And you'll have that, that, and that. So we'll end up doing one more here. I think everything is now connected. That'll be the main pole there. So now everything can be powered up. Let's make sure everything's set properly. So these will be screws. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. Oh, no pun intended. Because I'll need... Oh, no, I didn't. No, I did exactly what I want. Because these will be rods too, and then the next step will be screws. So these need to be rods, and these need to be rods. And these produce 15 per minute. So then coming out of this, these will go into 2 more constructors, which will line up perfectly with the ones that we've already got built, but I don't know if I can build them. I don't know if I have resources. I do. So that'll be 15 into 15, and 15 into 15. And these should be screws. So they take 50, they make 90. Like I said, we're going to be a little limited because of conveyor belts, but that's okay. Can't really do much. I mean, actually, I guess I could technically have a splitter. Well, no, because no matter what, I'm going to have to connect these with a conveyor belt that can only handle 60, so no matter what, that's that. Screws, screws, rods, rods, and these should be plates. Awesome, so that's all set up. So let's do some quick little calculations here. So each constructor requires 4 megawatts of power, and if you hear my voice get quiet, I'm looking away because I'm writing this all down. All the smelters require 4 as well, and there's 4 of those. And then there's how many? So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 constructors, and then on top of that, the miner will need to be powered, obviously. So that's an additional 5 megawatts of power. So you've got 48. My brain just shut down. So like 53 megawatts, I think. And we currently do not have the capacity for that amount of power. So we will need to build a little separate power station, which I'm probably going to move some of the base over this way so that I'm closer to all the manufacturing. So I'm just going to build a series of biomass burners, each of which produces 20 megawatts. So 60 for 3. So let's say here, so our iron plant as is will require 53 megawatt. The copper and stone ones, since it's just the stone one is simply 9, since it's just a miner and a constructor, and the copper is a smelter and a constructor and a miner. So that'll come to that'd be what? Well, okay, so constructor would be 4, 4, and 5. Okay. So we'll need 4 actually in total, because we'll be producing will be requiring 72 megawatts, so we'll need 4 biomass burners in total. So what we'll do is we'll build just a separate power station right over here. I actually partially want to build it where that is, so that's kind of a problem. Where's the spot? I mean, this is the perfect spot to do that. I guess for now, yeah, I want to keep it close. That's my issue. I guess since we're going to get all this stuff up and running pretty quick too, I'm going to build it back here. We'll build a little area back here, and we'll build it right on these foundations. So just like that. And then everything's going to come to one central power pole right here. So we'll connect all these up to this. Actually, we'll end up, you know what? I'm wrong in that. We'll end up needing a pole there. And a pole there. One for this side. One for this side. Then I'm just going to make another pole, because why not? And everything will run straight off of this one. And now we have the ability to actually power everything up. I fell down and I can't get back up onto it. I need life alert, please, and thank you. Where the heck is the ramp? There we go. I'm gonna make a quick ramp here, just so I can get back up. We need to route the current power system onto here as well. I'm gonna put a pole out here real quick. And this will connect to here. So that is the central power supply going into all of here. And then... Alright, so now comes the fun process. We need to shut everything down. Alright, so everything is now shut down. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to start dismantling this piece by piece. All of storage and all of that and the hub, I think, are going to end up moving over there. So, I'm going to start dismantling storage first. And let's start getting everything moved over, and I'm going to speed this up. Actually, you know what? We're at a good point to stop with the moonrise and all that fun stuff. So I'm actually going to call it for this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys know everything that you need to do, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Makes a huge difference. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are, any tips, tricks in the comments, all that fun stuff. And I will see you next time. Peace.